Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
I don't need, like, I'm not expecting it.
Yeah, I know how you
to
feel.
be that way, but you start
Let me
to.
talk to you though. She left a message on the dresser, tryna apply a little pressure. How niggas gassed in no Tesla. Remember, I'm the one who blessed you. Guess what? Yup. Spent a whole lifetime looking for the right one. I feel right, but he gon' win tonight. Nigga spent a whole life tryna search for Mr. Right. Smile for the gram, but she dead in life. That's right. So gone, but you telling me to hold on, but hold on. Thought you was tryna get your roll on and roll on. Feelings involved, heard that tune, that's an old song. But life goes on. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but when you wrong, you right. Got niggas righting the wrongs for every ex in your life. Shit a mess, right? Your only fan, but live your best life. I could imagine what that stress like. Hope it's different in the next life. Said every man on a sex flight. Now you about to become the best dyke. She left a message on the dresser, tryna apply a little pressure. How niggas gassed in no Tesla. Remember, I'm the one who blessed you. Guess what? Yup. Spent a whole lifetime looking for the right one. I feel right, but he gon' win tonight. Nigga spent a whole life tryna search for Mr. Right. Smile for the gram, but she dead in life. That's right. No type, she ain't got one. But a dope boy type is the right one. No type, she ain't got one. But a nigga with some money is the.
Welcome to Tequila Talk. I go by Turnell, aka Ellen Ruck. Today I have a guest with me. Before I introduce my guest though, the drink of today, Terramana Reposado. Terramana Reposado. This is the rock shit, matter of fact. The wrestler, this the rock shit. Pretty smooth, pretty good. Like I told y'all before, I prefer Repo and Anejo over Blanco. If I do Blanco, it's really, I'm mixing that motherfucker for sure. Anejos and Reposados, I could do them. I could just take shots. I could drink it straight on ice. Don't matter. But Terramana Reposado, get y'all some at your local liquor store. Good shit. Good shit. So today we're going to have a few questions for the guests. Get her perspective, her experience, her standpoint, her opinion. See what she thinks and feels of the questions. So, guests, introduce yourself, ma'am.
My name is V.
Your name is V. Okay. First question. It's not the main question or anything like that. First question is, how is life treating you?
Life is treating me exactly how I hoped it would at this point.
Ex-
I've put on some work to get where I'm at. So it's better than I could have asked for a while ago. So I'm happy with that.
I like that. I like that. Next question. How are you treating life?
I could do better at it. I haven't quite found that balance between work and then like peace at home, right?
Mhm.
Like I kind of messed up and became important by accident.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't my intent, but I'm working to find that balance.
Okay.
To kind of shut that switch off from doing nothing but working, so
And
I can
then
enjoy the life,
personal
appreciate
life.
it. Mhm.
What are some things you think you could do to create the balance to give life what life is, since you said life has given you exactly what you need basically? What are some things you think you can do to give back to life since it's giving you so much?
Create boundaries in my professional world.
Mm,
I struggle with that really bad.
okay.
I want to. I'm not that type to think that nobody can do it better than me,
Hmm.
but I am the type to think that I know it got done because I did it.
Uh-huh.
I don't need, like, I'm not expecting anybody else to be that way, but you start doing that for so long, it's hard to adjust to something because you're on 10 the whole time.
Would you consider yourself a perfectionist? To where everything you touch, everything in your presence has to go the way you plan and see it, and that's your version of perfect?
No,
Okay.
My version of perfect is the fact that I can't let it go until it's complete. No matter what the outcome is, right? Like
Uh-huh.
it sticks in my head. And I'll tell people, please don't tell me that, because then whether it's relevant to my situation, my day, it doesn't make it unimportant, but whether it's relevant to my day,
Mhm.
how did it end? Did it work out? How'd it go? It's kind of a selfish way to be, but you have to work really hard these days to get any type of thing in life. Used to it would be like to get ahead. Now it's just to get anything.
Okay. I have another question to kind of piggyback off of what you said in the question that I asked. This is something that I struggle with. This is
Okay.
something I literally struggle with. So being a warehouse manager, right? I can know in all reality, I can know in my mind everything. That everything I was supposed to do for the day, I did. I completed every single fucking task. When I make it back home to the crib, these thoughts pop in. Damn, did I do this? Did I finish this? Did I do this? Did I do that? And it's just going to the question where I say, like, are you a perfectionist? And you say, well, yeah, but just until I just got to make sure everything done. I got to make sure the
It
job
it
done.
it is more of like sometimes I think it's more like our subconscious goes, there's no way you got all that crap done.
Okay.
No way you got all that shit done. Like
That makes
let's be
sense.
for real, right?
That makes
So
sense.
you must have forgot something.
Yeah,
We're
I feel that.
programmed to think that you can't be that good at something. There's just no way. Here's it. I'm great at my job. I don't know how I got there. A lot of people taught me a lot of shit. You were one of them. I
Correct.
give
Correct.
credit where credit's due, right?
Correct.
Um, and then some things happen, and it made me kind of dig my heels into like you weren't gonna push me out.
Mm-hmm.
No, I ain't that bitch. Like 100%, I'm not.
Gotcha.
So it made me learn things that I really did not give a shit about, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
But now you give a fuck about it.
yeah, I do.
So
But
you get what you want.
it used to be for like it irritated me that I'm like, I can't see shit. Like I cannot see a thing clearly, right?
Mhm.
So how am I the only one finding this shit? Like it didn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, photogenic memory. So then it made sense to me. I do not give a shit about liquor. I know this is Tequila Talks, but I'm drinking literally Sunny D and absolute vodka.
Yeah, that trash
Right.
shit. You drinking trash.
Well, that's a matter of opinion. That's why you have this talk show, right?
That's a strong opinion. It's trash.
Hmm.
It's
But it's just that it's yours.
Hey, I'm
Okay.
drinking. I'm drinking some good
So
tequila right
listen,
here. I'm drinking
and
some
that's
good
fine.
ass tequila.
Totally fine.
You drinking some dumpster juice.
Sure.
We're gonna consider that shit dumpster juice, people. All right, straight dumpster juice. Now let's get into some of these podcast questions. You ready?
Okay.
First question. Why do you think there's so many single women? And I asked that. I seen a video. They have like these single events, right? And these motherfuckers. I'm talking about packed. Right? These motherfuckers packed. And majority, not all,
Mhm.
but majority are females.
Mhm.
You know, you got some males there, but majority
Sure.
is females. Why do you think there's so many single females and women, actually, and women?
Because we went through like this. I swear it was like, what is it, Game of Thrones? Winter's coming. We went through this season of children that I'm very concerned about. And that included we had boys that didn't turn into men.
Real shit.
So then we were like, wait a minute, well, if I'm having to do everything,
Mm-hmm.
wow, why the fuck am I listening to you? It was kind of a, what do you call that? A turn of tides, right? Like,
Mm-hmm. Tables turn.
right.
Yeah.
So, like, to each their own. If it makes sense in your world,
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy for you. You want to lick the wall and pee on the window. Cool. It's not for me,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I'm not going to tell you it's wrong. But I'm also not. I'm not going to engage in it. it's different now than it was then. And I used to be like, oh, I don't think it'll ever change. Our grandparents were right. Here we are having that conversation.
Mhm.
But I don't feel like we regressed. I feel like
Okay.
we regressed
I agree.
because there are people that literally can't spell without their phone completing the word for them. And then
Hmm.
even at that, you chose the wrong one.
That's big.
I Somebody asked me why my handwriting was so messy, and I was like, and I looked at it and I went, you don't know that that's cursive.
Oh,
Teach
hey,
cursive anymore.
hey, yeah, I know. I learned that. I learned that a lot of kids don't know how to
No,
write in cursive. I
no
learned
clue.
that.
And like it's a generational thing, right?
Mhm.
Cool. But I have some concerns. Like I really hope. I just hope that we can do some somewhere along the
Okay.
line. We have to kind of do better in that area. So we dropped the ball somewhere.
Okay. So what I get is you said it's like generational. Like it's been passed down like the single mentality,
Yes.
right? Okay, this is what I'll say to that. I think I believe single women create single women. Single females create single females. I'll say that. Single females. And I say that in a sense from this new culture of men, well, males and females, in the clash, the bump that is going on, the war against the other sex.
Mm-hmm.
You have this big pool of people who feel like I don't need a man. I don't need a woman, right? In all reality, we need each other.
That's
All right,
human.
we need each other. Like that's the only way we can exist together. But you hear a lot of fuck a nigga. I don't need no nigga. Fuck these niggas. You
Like
have
98% of the time, you can track that back because somebody hurt their feelings, not because they didn't need them. And that's what a lot of people don't take the time to realize about each other, right?
Mhm.
They're not willing to get past them throwing a fit because that's really what it is. I swear I've got like four personalities and we fight amongst each other. But at one point, I had to decide to go, look, shit.
Mhm.
And that's not okay. Like you have to decide not to be chaotic anymore. But if you notice, there's a lot of strong single women out there, and my gosh, like they can rule the world, right? But they're doing it the way it was meant to be. And then you have women that they 90% of the time they were hurt. They tried to do it. I guarantee you, every woman tried to do it at one point. But
Believe so?
yes,
Okay.
and I mean, I've kind of been a woman since I was born, so
Okay.
it's really a game of do you keep trying?
You really think women? You really think women can rule the world? Though?
Yeah,
Why so?
just as well as a man. But now, like, if you asked these questions 25 years ago, we wouldn't have half of the things we were talking about, right? Like,
Mhm.
so it's look what happened when it was all men. Just perspective, right? I'm not here to stand on business, women's right. Like 100%, I wake up in the morning, and if I can find the woman that voted for the right for us to work, I kick her sometimes, like no joke. But I get my ass up when I go to work.
Okay. So you're against it. You would not have voted for it?
I can't say that right now. I
Okay.
can't. I
I'm
wasn't
back
in
then.
that position. I can't. I'm very big on not trying to say that I would do something now because I only know this situation.
From what you
right?
would go through.
I
Right.
can't put myself in anybody's situation
Mhm.
when this went on
I feel that.
because I can tell you that like based on this right here, clearly, like, I don't think I would have been a town favorite, right? For melanin. Like, no joke. Let's be for real.
Okay.
So I can't put myself in that position because I probably would have made it to, I don't know, 13.
Yeah, they'll whack
Like,
you.
let's be for real.
Yeah, they'll whack you.
Let's
Yeah,
be
facts.
for real.
Mhm.
So, but now that it's, I don't care.
Mhm.
But back then, I'm literally blonde hair and blue eye.
Mhm. Correct.
How dare I? How dare you? How dare anybody, right? Like,
Right.
that would have been the mentality, and I can't put my mind there because it's just comical to me.
I got you. So I'll tell you why I believe females couldn't rule the world. They're too emotional. And I believe you need more logic to do what it takes to run the world. The first instance where emotions get involved, we fucked. We fucked.
I believe that, but that's what I was trying to say. I believe there are women out there that have the ability to forego their emotion and do it, and I think they exist right now.
I don't believe that. That's operating outside of their nature.
And,
You're asking them
and
to
that's
be
your, and I understand what you're saying.
because you're asking them to be a man 24/7, 365. At what point do they crack and like, hey, this shit is not for me. It's
You
not
mean
what
like
I
Clinton?
thought it was.
Hold on. You mean like Clinton cracked,
Like who?
cheated on his wife? You mean like how all those things happened,
No,
but
I'm
it was
saying
okay?
no.
Now, no, hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me respond.
Go ahead.
Did I say? I said there are certain women,
Mhm.
just like there are certain men, because these men that have been in office have proven to be just as foul as your average man.
No, I'm talking about I said emotional though.
Sure.
I ain't saying nothing about being foul. You have to be
hold
a
on.
former corrupt.
You think that Clinton didn't emotionally want her to put, like, come on now?
Wait, say that again. That's the
You
question.
think no emotion was involved when Clinton was in office?
No.
None.
None. Zero. Zero. You can't move off of emotion.
Really?
Running the world? No, you can't move off of emotion. You get checkmate. It's it's impossible to move off emotion when you are in control. Like when have the ability to press a button and destroy and end shit.
You
That's
are
kind of
absolutely
tough.
correct. But as of date, right now, where
Mhm.
we're paying $4.19 a gallon,
Mhm.
you basically have to create a village to live, or you're
I
stealing
agree.
it,
No, I
right?
agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah.
So even them making the decisions they made logically,
It's not
what
emotional
could
though.
it? But how do we know that it wouldn't work if we haven't tried? You're basing it off your past, and that's your refusal to progress past that thinking when it comes to that. I don't think every woman is, but I certainly couldn't do it. The first time you wake me up in the morning and it's not in a nice way, I'm blowing the whole motherfucker up.
That's
No,
what
I
that's
can't
what
do it.
I'm saying.
And here's the deal.
That's what I'm saying though.
I know I can't do it.
But understand that's what I'm talking about.
Just like these men have, their whole lives worked towards it. There was no reason a woman couldn't conform to that too. Just because you have emotion doesn't mean you still won't make the right decision.
What I'm saying is dealing with the emotions is something okay. Dealing with the emotions is something y'all can't control. It's just that. It just is what it is. It won't change. Nothing will change about it. Hold on. Hear me out. Nothing will change about it. This is what happened, right? Let's say we both believe the story that God made Adam and took a rib from Adam and created Eve.
Uh-huh.
That fucking rib that was taken from us was our emotions.
Okay.
Shit was given to y'all. It made us logical and it made y'all emotional. But that part that was taken out of us was our fucking ability to like really be emotional and be in our emotions. Y'all carry that though. Y'all gonna carry that for the rest of y'all life. I don't believe there's a woman or female I don't believe they exist to operate in a masculine energy 365 days. I believe it's impossible.
That's not.
But that's just my
not.
opinion. That's just my opinion.
But that's not what your question was. Your question was.
It was my question.
No, you asked, did I think that women could? Yes, I believe that women could run the world, and I don't think emotion would have anything to do with it.
Emotion
If they
has to
were
have everything to do with
no, if they were programmed just like the men, that was their end goal.
it.
You're not giving.
We
them
didn't
enough
say
credit.
nothing. Wait a minute. We ain't say nothing about them. Okay.
But I'm thinking logically. You can take a man and a woman at the same age, teach them the exact same thing, and tell them they have to follow the rules. Which one do you think's going to break it first?
It's not her nature to do so. She can't do that
but
for
by
the
whose
entirety
standards?
of God's standards.
Okay.
The entirety of her life. She cannot operate as a full man. It's impossible.
Nobody said she had to.
That's what the question was, though, remember? Yeah, that's what the question is.
Okay.
Because I said that I don't believe a woman can do it because they're too emotional. You say, well, no, I do believe that there are women that can do it.
Yeah.
But then you went on to say, but the first thing pissed me off, I'm blowing every fucking thing up.
I know that I couldn't do it as a woman. But not that there aren't women that couldn't do it.
There are not. There are not. Okay, there are not. We see cases. I seen a few instances in cases where, man, I forget this one chick name. She was big on the internet. She probably still is. I'm pretty sure she's still doing her thing. But she was a lesbian, right?
Okay.
And she was advocating that, men ain't shit, she have a girlfriend, stuff like that.
Okay.
And she spent some time carrying that role of a man.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm gonna say probably like 8 months to a year later, she back on the internet and her perspective changed. And she like, I see what y'all go through. I see what men go through, right? I see why they treat y'all like this. Hey, man, a man have to do this, and that. And then in a lot of cases, not all, but a lot of cases, it's not reciprocated. It's not given back. And you just, you stuck and forced to just do, and you don't get nothing back. They had a case where a female did all of the surgeries, took all of the medications to make her a man. She ended up killing herself. She documented from the time where she had all of the surgery and medicines and transformed herself in her body, had beard and all of that type stuff. And she documented videos. She killed herself, though. She couldn't take it no more. I'm not saying what I do is more important than what you do. I'm not saying I'm more important than you are important. I'm saying what I do, only I can do. And only somebody that look like me and that's made up of me can do what I do.
Mm-hmm.
Do I believe everybody can do anything? Of course, to a certain extent, to a certain degree.
Sure.
Because you can't ask me to be feminine 24/7, 365. You can't ask me to do that shit for a minute. It's outside of what I'm built and made up of. It's not in my nature to be feminine.
Mm-hmm.
I can't comprehend that shit. And to ask me to do that for the entirety of my life, nah, it's not possible. At least not for me. Kind of like you said, at least not for me. That shit ain't possible. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I believe it's a difference in like running the world and ruling the world, though. Don't get me wrong. I do believe it's a difference in running the world and ruling the world. Like, I believe women run the world. No, real shit. Look, real shit. It's a part of me that really believe and feel like women run the world, but men rule the world. And that's my difference. Because everything we do is for and because of y'all. But the infrastructure and keeping this motherfucker intact and keeping it together and keeping motherfuckers from crossing these lines and coming over here and doing what we do in the other countries, we control that and we make that possible. But all of this, the other shit that we have going on over here, not all, but majority, we do it for women in all reality. We do it for bitches. We do it for hoes too. We do it for females in general though. But like keeping this shit together, keeping lights on, keeping trees growing, men do it. So I think there's a difference in running the world and ruling the world. That's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong. But that's how I see it though. See it any different?
See your perspective. Yeah. I think it's a fair statement, though, that I believe you would get a different answer from each generation onto what they see. You meet a 20-something impressionable girl, and she hadn't seen much yet, right? She hadn't been through much. So she's probably more apt to being led.
Very true.
Whether it be wrong or right.
I agree.
The older you get, you kind of get that instinct like, I've kind of read this book before. I don't want to do this again. You just get easier at kind of moving around at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Some people stick with their instincts.
Mm-hmm.
Some people fight it tooth and nail and end up paying prices. I mean, we all have, right? But some people are kind of professional at it.
Yeah. Do you think, with what you just said, do you think doing so and doing that, you block some blessings, some
100%.
genuine relationships?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
I think you can learn to protect your peace too much, but you can't be at fault for that because it's your peace.
Correct.
It's what you.
It's what it means to you.
It's what means.
Yeah.
Like if I decide to like go lay down and I want to shut the door, I've got to the point in my life to where I realized that me doing that is going to hurt or be detrimental to anybody, and if they pretend like it is, they don't. We've got some other issues, right? Like,
yeah.
So clearly, we're not on that level. Like, my mental health is not a concern of yours, which leads me to believe you might be a little bit selfish. That's something, you learn those things later in life, right? Because you don't know to recognize them. So I think that answer would be different from each generation.
Okay.
The more that they saw.
Question though, because I heard something you said. You say your mental health wouldn't be your partner's problem?
What I meant by that is the older that you get, you start, the things that were important before aren't anymore.
Okay.
You start to look at those types of things like, are they only around me if they need something from me? Did they care? Like, did they call me and just say, hey, like, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel you.
Because that costs absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. Like, I have resting bitch face, right? But I'm happy 99% of the time. And I'm nice to everybody. Because I don't have a right to be any other way and expect anything less. Like, that's crazy to me.
See, I don't think you have to be nice to everybody, though. I think you can be cordial with everybody. I don't believe in being happy with, like, just nice to everybody. That's just me, though. I believe being cordial.
I mean, yeah. But to me, even being cordial, again, doesn't cost you anything because there are people that go out of their way to make you uncomfortable.
Very true.
Just like, there's times that, damn, did anybody else see what they just did or what they said? And, and for no reason at all, right? Like, that happens too. So the older you get, you learn also how to react to those situations. So 15 years ago,
different take.
I felt like because I was so like, please don't do that because I'm gonna say some terrible shit, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hurt, and I know it is right. Like I knew myself pretty early because in my head I'd be like, "Stay on that," right? But my intention was to hurt that person.
Oh, I got a question. I got a question because you just said so. I got a question. Made me think about something.
Okay.
Do do all females carry that what you just said? That ability to know I can say something and crush you and destroy you? Do all carry it? And if so,
All of them carry it.
why is it used as a weapon?
All of them carry it. If every single one of us has a different ability to cultivate it,
Mhm.
and you can do it for making somebody laugh or being quick on the draw or whatever just to make somebody happy.
Mhm.
And then I dabble in this next part when my feelings were hurt when I was younger. Some of us take it to the total left field and realize you can just as fly it hatefully.
Mhm.
So it's a choice. It's always a choice. But my youngest, and I'm not gonna say her name or anything out of
Mhm.
respect, but it took me years to be kind of quick, like quick with a comeback and something like that, all
Mhm.
that stuff. Not her. She was 13 when I got a call. And her teacher was highly upset. Your daughter cannot call me a moron, and I'm like, what? It was a different generation. She was above, right? So
Mhm.
she was the teacher had made a mistake, and to her, she was just pointing out her mistake. 15 years ago, you wouldn't dream of it.
Right. Right.
So every girl has the ability to do it, just some cultivate them
Mm.
than others. For good, some for evil. But yes, it is there.
It's
It's
definitely a
there.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a thing.
It is. But also, I've never met a man, including you,
Mhm.
Mr. Carey, that did not rage bait for fun. So I think
You say rage bait?
rage bait. Y'all think that shit's funny when we're mad, and y'all start to laugh, and that ignites something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it really does. The older you get, you realize y'all just being assholes, right? Like if it out if it's not gonna make you like separate or whatever, you're gonna get past it. So now I get the laughing. But like
Now,
I said 15 years ago, I knew to slash just 3 times.
see, that's
Just to
crazy.
be
That's
honest.
crazy
That's
work.
wild.
That's
But that's something you have
crazy
to
work.
choose to grow out of. I didn't want to thrive on chaos.
Okay. So check it out, and I'll give you my point of view and my perspective, right? So from a work standpoint, right? Yes, as the supervisor, when we all work together, you have to understand the personalities, right? And the character of the people that you supervising and managing. So with some people, because everybody, you don't treat everybody the same. That's one thing I know in management. I can't treat everybody the same
No.
because everybody's temperament is different. So there are some people you are just firm and stern with, some you soft with, you just direct with some. So the rage bait thing, I understand. Like somebody like you, I just say some people, but somebody like you respond better and you give better effort when you was upset. Whether you understood it or not.
100%.
Whether you understood it at that time or not. So what I would see is, okay, in this comfortable setting with this other person that used to sit next to you, say no names, but this other person that used to sit next to you, you got in this comfort box. And
Yeah.
it was
Don't realize that you get comfortable though.
right.
Your feelings about
And then
it.
it's a
But
slack
you
or a
don't
lack.
learn that until later in life, right? Like,
Yes.
So it just kind of goes. I'm gonna circle back around to like
Mhm.
you said that men run the world and women.
Rule and run. Women run.
I actually think it's the opposite.
Do you?
Explain. Y'all run the logistics part of it.
Yeah, that's what I said though.
But y'all
the infrastructure.
Y'all completely die out.
What you mean?
Because y'all weren't the things that are like just as how women have to be like independent women now. Mm-hmm. No, but there are more men now.
They don't have to be though.
They don't.
They choose to be.
Okay.
Let's get that shit straight.
But just as how women are doing everything now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, there's just as many men that are in the same boat now. So, you know, going to the laundromat together is not a thing anymore. Like, they're cleaning their own apartments, they're doing their own laundry.
Yep.
So, you know, women are changing their own tires and getting oil changes. So I feel like the world is still trying to apply like rules from circa 1954 to 2026 when, I mean, shoot, like, what was it, 2 months ago, it was freezing outside.
Yeah.
It was hot.
Yeah.
Like, this is
shit, probably a month ago.
This is not the same world.
No, that's totally different where we're in. And to your point of like, I wouldn't classify or consider men like, I don't use the term independent man. Like, that shit don't even make sense. It just, for me, it just don't make sense. No, I'm just saying, yeah, to me, it just shit don't make sense. I'll say this though. I have the ability to do so because I was raised by a single woman, right? A single mom. So me knowing how to cook, that's a thing, right? Cleaning up after myself, I got my ass beat if I didn't have room, bathroom, living room, the house clean in general, the apartment clean. Mm-hmm. It's times where I was woke up out my sleep with a motherfucking belt. I'm tucked in. I'm sleeping good as a motherfucker, and I'm woken up like that, right? So to cook for myself, to clean, to know how to wash clothes and separate the colors from the whites, the right detergent to use, how to use the detergent, how to get up and be productive with your day. All of that I learned from my mom. Majority of what I know, I actually learned from my mom. But then it got to a point where she couldn't teach me nothing. And the world had to teach me. Because to be a man, she don't have an idea of it.
Right.
She have no idea what it even look like to be a man. So she struggled with that. But then she reached a point, and I never forget the moment when it hit her. I was about 13, and my room wasn't clean. So she come in there, arguing, start whooping my ass. And I took 2 of them. I ate 2 of them. And when the third one came, I grabbed the belt in the air. Mid-air, I grabbed the belt and I just stared at her. Holding that motherfucker tight, and I just stared at her. And she looked at me. She like, "Oh, motherfucker, you think you crazy? I got something for you." All she did was went and called my dad on the phone. Right? He wasn't around. He wasn't living with us. He was around, but he wasn't living with us. So that was her way to strike fear in me, to make me respect something, right? The call initially, it shook me a little bit because now I hear a male voice, which I didn't hear because I only heard her voice and her whippings. So I got used to that. But I reached my point like, nah, you're not beating on me no more. Yeah, I get it. I ain't clean my room, but hey, bro, like, you can't keep fucking beating on me. You can't do this shit. So I snapped, didn't put my hands on nothing like that. Respect my mama always. But she reached that point where she realized, okay, this motherfucker bigger than me. He just as tall as me. All right, I can't do the same shit. Call my dad. He talked with me, and like I say, hearing that male voice, that male tone and energy, it shifted me. It shook me a little bit. But then I kept getting that, kept calling him, but he wouldn't show up. So now I'm at a point where I'm like, oh, he ain't coming to do nothing anyway. So now I'm just wilding out now. I'm just doing whatever the fuck I want to do at this point. So then she gave me responsibility. Hey, okay, you 14, you 13, 14 now. All right, you got to look after your sister. You got to look after your brother.
Right.
I expect them to do this, and you gonna be the one to make sure they do this when I'm not around. When I'm working these overnight jobs, shit like that, you gonna be the one to do this. So that's what kind of shaped me in a major way. It shaped me, and I took on the responsibility as a young man. Didn't know really what the fuck I was doing, but it felt like I had power. So I embraced it. It felt like I had like some major power, because you're talking about 13, 14. So I felt like I had major power. I could tell somebody what to do and what not to do. It's my sister and my brother though, but I'm calling shots. And hey, if they get out of line, you could whoop their ass. Oh shit, what? I could whoop their ass too. I felt like I had a lot of power. That role increased more. Hey, got to get a job, help out with bills and stuff like that. All right, that's at 14. 15. I'm helping out with bills. Helping with the bills. I probably have a little $20, $30 left after I give her shit for the bills. Have a little 20, 30. That's a lot to me at that time though. You know what I mean? Look, $20 to $40. That's a lot to me. It meant a lot. It helped me in a lot of cases. And in a lot of cases, I wish I actually lived the life of a child though. I missed out on a lot of living as a child. I was forced to be this adult that I, by age, wasn't, but it just was what it was. So now, like, being where I'm at now, to just get up every day and do for myself, shit it's easy. You know what I mean? It's like literally like waking up. You know what I mean? As long as God give me that breath, shit, everything else, it's done. It's gonna get accomplished and completed. So that's always been like my drive. Just knowing, just the way I was raised, this shit is easy, honestly. But I do believe, like I said, beginning, like we need each other, like man and woman, like we need each other. That's my perspective. A lot of people, like I said, in this day and age, don't believe it. It's a big divide within man and woman. Will it end? I don't think so. I think it's gonna get worse. If I'm being real, it's gonna get worse. Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Okay.
I think it's gonna only get worse. I don't believe it's no way to get better. Like at one point, I thought like, oh, you know what? I can see a change may happen. In the next 10 years, because the kids, they don't believe in the values that we believe in. But some of the shit that they believe in is like off the wall, like out of pocket. And it's just to a point where you don't really know like where this shit gonna go. We being real, you don't know where it's gonna go, like to the extent that it's gonna go.
You're right.
You know what I mean? So that's my opinion. All right. Question 2.
That was the first question.
That was crazy, right? We 42 minutes in.
Okay.
We bounced around a lot though. And we covered a lot of other shit too at the same time. Question number 2. It's a 2-part question. Do you believe in 50-50? And also, am I wrong as a parent for telling my kids to get a job at 15 to teach them responsibility?
Okay, so the 50-50 question. I have kind of a unique outlook on that. And I'll try to explain it the best I can because I don't believe that 50-50 is. I don't think that that's a thing because no person can wake up every day and go, of the way. I believe that you should be able to wake up with somebody and, you both go to work, you put in the work, you come home. Both of you, hey, I've got 20% in me today. All right, I got you today.
Mm-hmm.
But you got me tomorrow. I think I'm realistic about it.
Okay.
Like, at my age, and I'm pretty active at my job. Like, it's not easy, like, doing some of the stuff I have to do, and even still, like some of the younger people, I'm still doing more. So I've always been like an active person,
Mhm.
but I also realized that I'm not as active as I was 20 years ago.
Correct.
So coming home and going, okay, let me cook a dinner after I, was 25 feet in the air trying to get like 50-pound boxes down.
Mhm.
It's not always the most ideal, right?
Mhm.
But when you know that, like, you can come home and be honest and be like, look, I can't do this. If you could do this tonight, like, with it, without it being a tit for tat thing, just know that, like, because they know when, they're kind of down, they know I've got them. It's kind of a balance thing, right?
Right.
But I think a lot of people forget to actually, like, say that with words and assume you should know.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what's going to happen in the next 3 hours. Probably me falling asleep, right? But I don't know anything past that.
Yep.
So the assumptions are a lot, right? What if I just said, hey, look, there's nothing wrong with me other than I'm just tired, instead of leaving somebody to wonder, or hey, how come they didn't cook dinner for me like they always do?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't communicate that I just didn't have the willpower just to do that, and
Yeah.
that's all it meant.
Yeah.
But if you leave them wondering, you can create some of the most fantastic stories in your head. But they sound so different when they come out of your mouth, right?
Right.
So the 50-50 in the sense, yes, is that I believe the same. You should give each other what each other gives, but kind of keep in mind that it's not going to be because you did something yesterday, I'll do something today.
Right.
Like, keep in mind how they actually feel, right? How their mental health is before you decide that what they did pissed you off.
Okay. See, I don't want to cut you off. That's a deeper perspective of it too. All right. And I'm a bounce off of your perspective, because it's not just a financial perspective from how you stating it. So regardless, but off of your perspective, 50 help if you're already doing 100 on your own? Right. In all aspects.
In all aspects, yes. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. I really don't. There's a difference between being able to do something on your own and actually wanting to be alone. Now, there are people that are, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as our human nature,
Yeah.
whether it's a man or a woman or whoever you decide to at night kind of like, this person makes me feel good. They recharge not just my human, like my soul, right?
Mm-hmm.
They do something for me that nobody in the world that I've come across, they can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Keep going. Gotcha. We'll be wrapping it up in a minute. I'm gonna ask a question. And to the other part of the question, as a parent, if you tell your child, your kid, hey, when you reach this certain age, you're not telling them to build responsibility, but you know you're doing it to build responsibility. You see that as an issue? Having a child get their first job at a young age to build responsibility within them.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that if the parent can recognize the fact that if the child can and again, I believe it kind of goes back to a mental state, right? Like, as much as we all want our children to be everything we aren't, the world is different.
Correct.
So sending them out into the world to deal with people
Mhm.
isn't as easy as when we were made to go do it,
Correct.
right? So we were conditioned to the fact that like we went to work because we wanted money, we wanted to do stuff, we
Mhm.
wanted to have extra. Don't get me wrong, my mom and my grandma, I was in dance, I did all that. It was really expensive. I'm so like it was super fun. It will always be an amazing memory. But I started working as a hostess at a diner when I was 14 and worked there for 11 years. That these kids are taking gap years, but it's we wanted better for our kids, right? So this is what we created.
Right. I agree. 100%.
We
And
can't expect them to go through what we went through and then say we want better for them. It's kind of a redundant thing, right? Like,
Mhm.
okay, we want them to learn responsibility like we did. These kids can't fight; they'll just shoot each other,
that's a
right?
fact.
Like,
That's a
we,
fact.
but we fought, right? And
Yeah.
then we went to school, like, because if we and don't tell our parents because then they're gonna beat us worse than the fight was, right? You better take your ass to school. These kids will literally go home and get a gun that came out of God knows where
Mhm.
and go back and shoot them and still not be upset about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's wild to me.
That's very fucking wild.
Yeah.
And I asked the question because, as I pointed out, that's what I was told, by my mom. Hey, 14, hey, need some help around the house, need you to do this and that. With my kids, it was never forced, you know what I mean? By neither side. Me or their mom, it was never forced. It was their decision. We carried the bills, for the most part, myself, the bulk of everything. And then, them. So once they got jobs, it was more so like, all right, you know what? Pay this little portion right here. Keep the rest of your check, but pay this right here. And it was to build that responsibility. So now the three adults all got their own apartment, they flourishing. Nobody have no issues, nobody have no kids right now. I'm not a grandparent yet. Hope to be one day. But they understood the assignment in my eyes. And they took the torch and they ran with it. They're responsible. They're very responsible. For me, that's success for me. It don't necessarily have to be like what I'm doing in my life. What I created is doing far better than I was at that age. That shit is success.
Which is exactly what you wanted. You wanted better
Yes.
for your child.
Yes.
Sometimes we forget to be specific.
Oh, true. Very
Right.
true. Yeah.
So
It
But
depends on
there's-
intentions.
yeah,
It depends on
there's
intentions.
so many more avenues that these kids can do these days that we like. There's no proof of what we did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like now, you can create whole AI situations. And
Yeah.
be like,
You could create a fucking app and become a
damn, when
billionaire.
did I take that picture?
Yeah.
Like my son created this beautiful picture of me and my grandson and my son, and then my grandfather who passed away 15 years ago, and it looks so real. I'll never post it or anything like that because it looks so real. It's almost offensive, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a precious thing. But I'm just like, my God, if they can do that, are they creating some? How much have they created that wasn't true?
Mm-hmm.
So now everything is a question, and unfortunately, I'm kind of an inquisitive person. I may not be like super open about it,
Uh-huh.
but it's swirling around in my head, and then I'll go Google or read or whatever and be like, huh, it'll be random stuff, but it's,
Gotcha. Next question. We have 52 minutes. Who was the first man in your life And what man in your life means the most to you?
The first man in my life, like romantically,
In general.
just somebody that just made
In general.
first
Because the second one kind of bounced back with the
and an impact was my grandfather.
grandfather. Okay.
He was.
And it'll probably also be the same thing for the second part of that question. Who mean the most? What man means the most in your life? Grandfather too? Okay. Go ahead. Now explain.
Yeah, my grandfather had the biggest impact because he never lived long enough for me to explain this to him. But I watched him evolve from somebody that was born where you did not date outside your race.
Explain that.
No.
How did that shape you? Did it affect you?
Well, yeah, to be honest, growing up, it wasn't. I remember him saying it out loud, right?
He showed it.
I don't have a memory of him really showing it. He was always so stoic, right?
Okay.
But to be honest, when I realized that maybe he was and I didn't realize that he wasn't anymore is when I had my son. It was mixed. And I had my son, and I remember being woke up at like 5:30, 3 days of labor. And it was my grandfather, the man that just, oh my goodness, how these people out here, making comments and stuff, is packing my stuff because his great grandson just doesn't need to be in the hospital anymore. And they became best friends. And he had actually told my Mimo, like, the grandkids will teach you something. He had done a complete 180, but he didn't live long enough to realize that he had been able to evolve because of somebody that he loved, which is like what they based all the wrongdoings back then on, right?
Right, right.
How dare you love somebody like that? It's not okay until it comes across your table. So it was easier for them to be like that back then because they made sure it never did.
So he didn't like black people, but he was forced to change his way of looking at it and dealing with it.
Me and my brothers, we grew up in a little bit Oak Cliff in South Irving, but we were always a part of the city leagues. I was a cheerleader. Curtis played football. Grew up with, a bunch of kids, all different races. We didn't know any better, so it was me and my brother Curtis that kind of started my grandfather's journey of maybe looking at things differently, right? Because he loved us so much. He couldn't bear for us to think he was.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Right? Like, something finally came across his plate to make him look at something. It forced him to do it, right? And then, of course, it was definitely my generation that broke family curse. Yeah. And the family, whatever you want to call it. And I mean, my grandson is half Hispanic with red hair, right? Like, I'm paler than pale, but my daughters can be, tanner than tan. I think you'd be kind of hard pressed to find somebody these days that is full-blooded.
Question: Would growing up in the household that you grew up in, and looking at your grandfather as like inspiration, as this powerful being, this powerful person, what made you operate opposite of his views, the way he saw the world, the way he saw people? What made you operate opposite of that and say, okay, you know what? Yeah, fuck how you feel and how you see things. Like, okay, I fuck with these people. Like, I like these people. I want to deal with these people. I want to be friends with these people.
Again, the area that we lived in and stuff like that, he was grumpy until we came along, right?
Mhm.
So us playing with the neighborhood kids made him happy. He couldn't be happy for us with that. He couldn't treat these other children differently, right? And when he realized that they were just as sweet as we were, and like he grew. I'm not saying there was a particular time, but I can remember the crankiness and then it just kind of slowly subsiding. And then I had my son, and it was
shifted everything.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
I would wake up at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I'd gone to bed with my son in my arm, but now there's a pillow, and I'm like, oh my God. And he's out on the back porch with my son, 3-4 months old, cup of coffee swinging on the back porch. And I just kind of knew like he kind of carried that presence too. He was very, people said, what's wrong with him? Nothing. Like there's nothing wrong with him. So I know where I get that part, right? Like the not just looking like I'm cranky, and I'm really not. Just don't smile a lot. He was the same way.
Okay. I'm gonna end this with this final question. If your ex was watching this, and I hope he is, because I need subscribers and views, the nigga watching. If your ex was watching this, what would you say to them?
Just because something didn't work doesn't mean they shouldn't want the best for themselves and make sure what they're doing is exactly what they want.
Very, very deep. Very precise, actually, too. Very precise, very precise. You have any questions for me before we sign out? Because I need another drink. So before we sign out, any questions for me? Tell the people once again who you are. That is V. I am Turnell, aka Ellen Rutt. This is Tequila Talk Podcast, episode 3. We appreciate y'all. Again, the drink of the day, Terramana Reposado. Go to your local liquor store and get your bottle. Very smooth. You're going to like it. Like I say, once again, my combination, ginger ale, squirt, and maybe a little splash of lemonade. I don't have no lemonade, so I did a little Sunny D. Just a little splash of Sunny D. But smooth combination. This episode 3, Tequila Talk Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, support the cause, support what I'm doing. One man band, man. I literally do this shit by myself. Everything y'all see, everything y'all hear, I do this shit dolo. I'm really him. I don't know how else to say that. I'm really him. She give me that inspiration. Mommy gives me that inspiration. Love you, mama. Signing out. I have an announcement to make. I'm gonna make it on the next episode though. Big announcement to make. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the time. Love y'all. Tequila Talk Podcast.
Yeah, I know how you feel. Let me talk to you though. She left a message on the dresser, tryna apply a little pressure. How niggas gassed in no Tesla. Remember, I'm the one who bless you. Guess what? Yup. Spent a whole lifetime looking for the right one. Life feel right, but he gon' win tonight. Spent a whole life tryna search for Mr. Right. Smile for the gram, but she dead in life. That's right. So gone, but you telling me to hold on, but hold on. Thought you was tryna get your roll on and roll on. Feelings involved, heard that tune, that's an old song. But life goes on. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But when you wrong, you right. Got niggas righting the wrongs for every ex in your life. Shit a mess, right? Your only family, live your best life. I could imagine what that stress like. Hope it's different in the next life. Said every man on a sex flight. Now you about to become the best dyke. She left a message on the dresser, tryna apply a little pressure. How niggas gassed in no Tesla. Remember, I'm the one who bless you. Guess what? Yup. Spend a whole lifetime looking for the right one. Might feel right, but he gone when the night comes. Spend a whole life trying to search for Mr. Right. Smile for the gram, but she dead in life. That's right. No type, she ain't got one. But a dope boy type is the right one. No type, she ain't got one. But a nigga with some money is the right one. Checked in a hotel, they get that pipe, huh? Then he hit you with that, to keep the light on. But he gone when the night come. Won't even wake up till the morning sun.